might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space.
Hey everyone, welcome to my weekly messages. I'm Talayla Starr. Today the topic is healing from Ascension Symptoms. Now this is more of an update because I've been talking about Ascension Symptoms for a long time and giving you, updates ever so often, kind of sharing with you where I am in the process and any modalities that I have discovered that have helped me to survive the emotional clearing required for Ascension. And so today I wanted to give you an update and kind of let you know where I am and to share with you a couple of modalities that I found and things that I found that are very helpful right now. So like many of you, I've been on the path for a long time. I think I started into emotional clearing back when I was 34, and I am going on 59 now. So that's quite a while. And and if you're like me, you went through it really fast. I mean, I remember back in the beginning, my guide would say, you got to slow down, take baby steps. And I'm going, are you kidding? What for? Well, what I didn't know was that my body could not take the upheaval, the emotional stress and trauma of emotional clearing at the pace that I was doing it. I was basically running through it instead of going slow and walking through it. But now I know because I ended up with chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, weight gain. I lost my photographic memory. I lost my ability to multitask. There was a point when I couldn't walk into a grocery store. Since the sights, the sounds, the smells were so overwhelming that I just would abandon the cart and walk out. I just couldn't do it. And the reason I did that is because I went through the ascension process so fast, the emotional clearing part. And ascension occurs through emotional clearing. I don't care what anybody says. That's what I've experienced. You may have a different way of doing it where you didn't have to go through emotional clearing. You need to come and tell me about that because I would have loved to have done that. But my experience has been that you have to, no one can do your ascension for you. No one can clear your stuff for you because you don't get any benefit from that. You get the benefit from triggering the stuff up through an event that you already created on your life blueprint. And then in the moment when you feel the fear, whatever it is, choosing to respond differently to it with more compassion based on a higher understanding than in the old fear-based way that you used to. It's in that moment that that growth occurs. And if someone else takes away all of your stuff, then you don't have the opportunity to experience that firsthand. It's like the difference between someone telling you about ice cream and eating it and you having ice cream, you eating it. It's experiential. So I found that the greatest growth comes from doing it yourself. So, but in Ascension, it's about doing that growth, getting that growth and moving from one level to another, changing your beliefs through the process of having events that trigger the old stuff up, which is all there because of a belief. And then in the moment, recognizing what your belief is and changing your response to acting out of a higher belief because you've learned about a higher belief in the meantime. So going through it too fast creates a problem in the body. And that is what we call the physical symptoms of ascension, the weight gain, the fatigue, the aching, the the foggy-headedness, all those things that and for some people, the depression, all these are typical about ascension. And you will feel those even when you're going slow through ascension. But when you race through, like I did in the beginning, you end up with some pretty bad outcomes. You have the chronic fatigue and the fibromyalgia and all that good stuff. So you can go back to previous updates to read about what I shared with you about modalities and stuff that I have found to be helpful. Today I want to talk to you about two that I've found very helpful in the last few years. One is called RNA drops. RNA drops basically heal the cells. And it was developed by a lady whose name is Dr. Carol Dean, who is very pro-natural versus typical medicine. And she also has two other products called Remag and Relight. Remag is a pico-ionic form of liquid magnesium that the cells can easily absorb. And when we're going through the stress of emotional clearing, because it's very stressful, that stress can burn the myelin sheath off the edge, off the end of the nerves, and that's when we experience chronic. And you have to be doing a lot of stressing to do that, but I did. And you end up with fibromyalgia. So anyway, the magnesium helps to rebuild that sheath. And there's another product called Relight, which is minerals, and that helps to just rebuild the body. I mean, it's the vitamins, it's the minerals that we lack. My hair started falling out really bad. I was starting to go bald in the front. I now have all this new growth. My hair is longer than it has ever been. It's stronger than it has ever been. And my daughter has to do my hair every 2 weeks, and I have to cut my nails every week. I used to have really brittle nails that broke all the time. They are strong now. They are thicker. It's just amazing. So those two things I really love, and the RNA drops are really fantastic as well too. So check her out at rnareset.com. The other one is a modality called neural integration. Neural integration is basically it's a process by which we repattern the brain's response to stress. Because with stress, the brain will overfire through the synaptic pathways to get the body to go, to pump cortisol and give you the surge of power. Well, if you do that chronically, it'll burn the synaptic pathways. It does some really bad damage, as I experienced. And so the neural integration just basically repatterns the brain's response. It neutralizes that overfiring, so it doesn't overfire to stress, and it helps you rebuild. So I thought that has been very helpful. My friend Julie Dickey does it. She's just amazing, and how she works with you. And I've been doing that for about a year, and that has really helped bring me out of a lot of my depression and made my mind stronger. I mean, between these two, I am now able to cut the front and the back of yard. I'm able to do all the trimming. I used to only be able to do one of those in a day. I don't have to take naps every day. I feel stronger. I'm able to multitask again. I'm able to go into Walmart and stay there for an hour. I mean, in the height of my Ascension symptoms, I couldn't walk into a Walmart and stay. I mean, I would just walk right back out. The sounds, the colors, the lights was just too much, because my nerve endings were still so raw. I couldn't take the stimulation. Now I can handle any of that. So these are the things that I'm sharing with you that have helped me now. So go check them out. If you want to get a hold of Julie Dickey, I don't know if she has a website or not, but if you send me an email, I will get her in touch with you, and you can check out that neural integration. I found that to be very helpful. So that's it for today. Have a great week, and I will talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
Like I don't care, baby, by the way.